All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and these are our friends from DGIC. They've been in a couple of times to see us, and these guys got a great book of wine. Let me tell you, everything they've got worthy of being in our store here. And these Guarachi wines, well, this is the founder of the company, and he started his own label, established like 5 years ago, and he's got two different Pinot Noirs. We reviewed the Gap's Crown earlier in one of our previous What I Drank Yesterdays, and they've got a promotional price on this Sonoma Coast wine. It's pretty damn good. They make 1,300 cases of this wine, aged for 11 months in French oak, and a lot of lovely, dark, rich cherry berry fruit here, showing some brown spice, some pretty floral notes. Very forward and seductive, this 2011 vintage. Some light, truffly, earthy notes coming through on the second day. Also, showing, you know, the sign of a wine, truly well-made wine that really opened up nicely, and as good, if not better, on the second day. Rich and forward red berry fruit on the tongue, smooth, silky texture, a nice hand of acidity, really lovely balanced Pinot for a big, fruity, California-style Pinot. Still has some elegance and balance, and at $54, a little more reasonably priced. I mean, that was the wholesale price on this one. And at $70, $80, man, there's a lot of competition in that price range. But at $50, a little better price. Anyways, the Montes Alpha Pinot up next. Talk about better price. $21, the value you get out of Chile for Pinot Noir, which most people wouldn't think of Chilean Pinot Noir. But areas like the Biobío Valley in the south, the best value I have in the store is the Laya Laya, which whenever anything is, you know, they want to accentuate it down there, they say it twice. Laya Laya means windy, windy, and the Biobío Valley. But this is from the Casablanca Valley, where they also make good Pinot. More savory style here. A nice hand of savory herbs, earthy notes, some brown spice, and smoky, meaty notes to the cranberry and raspberry fruit. Also has kind of a wintergreen pine note nuance to the bouquet. Really light and savory Pinot, but not light in the nuance. This wine, it's got that dried floral, the hint of mint, and that earthy nuance coming through on the finish. A very good little wine at $21. Wow. Pascual Toso Malbec Alta from Las Barrancas Vineyard, and this is a very big producer. I think they're the second largest producer in Argentina. They're definitely the second largest producer of sparkling wine, and this wine, even better on the second day, and this has been a big hit in the store. Paul Hobbs is the consulting winemaker here, and this wine's got an incredible bouquet of blueberries, blackberries, really well-endowed black licorice spice, violet floral notes, dark chocolate, lovely concentration. This is 80-year-old vines, what 80-year-old vines will give you in a wine. Big and chewy style of Malbec on the tongue. Like I said, even better on the second day. I upped my score on this wine on the second day because it got better, and it needed a day to open up. That dark berry fruit showing even brighter, the black licorice, the host of exotic spices, and this wine giving you the impression it's going to last a decade or more easily in your cellar. Wonderful structure here, everything in proportion. Most excellent juice at $35. Wow. Not cheap, but for $35, you go around the round world today, you're not going to find much better than what you get in Argentina. And the Syrah Alta, also better on the second day. This wine had a little VA on the nose the first day, a little volatile acidity, giving it almost a slight nail polishy bouquet, and that is a flaw in the wine. But if it has a little bit in it, sometimes it'll just blow off, and it had some sweet jammy fruit, dark plum and dark cherry, and some balsamic notes coming out, and really nice on the second day. Like I said, a good amount of that sweet berry fruit showing the dark spices and smooth round tannin, something you get in Syrah, and finishing with notes of dark spice and that balsamic nuance and chocolate. Really excellent juice at $35.25. And next up, the Norton Privada, which this is from Mendoza, and this is one of the first families of wine down there. And these guys made this wine just for the family, the private cuvee initially. It's a blend of Malbec, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Merlot. It's got a good amount of dark cherry fruit and cassis, sweet tobacco spice, fresh plowed earth, dark chocolate, fine herbs. Really nice complexity on the nose. $24.75. Wow, big and fairly rich wine on the tongue as well, but a little more elegant in style, and some currants and cassis fruit showing that tobacco spice and milk chocolate, the sweet herbs, really opening up nicely on the second day. We also bumped the score up a little bit because of how well it drank the next day. This wine should show well for a decade or more in your cellar. Wow, a wine that you can keep for 10 years for $24. Where do you find that? Argentina. All right, the Montes Purple Angel going back to Chile, and we had this wine at Brown Bag a couple of weeks ago, and I don't want to give Simone any more props than I have to, but he pegged it. He said, this is Purple Angel, and I said, yeah, it is, but I mean, it tastes like Carmenere for sure. It's not as good as Purple Angel is because, man, the last two vintages of Purple Angel, 2010, was killer. And this wine needed a day to open up, but almost just as good. And it's a little bit of Petit Verdot in the blend here, 8%, but very old vines from the Colchagua Valley. And this is one of the best Carmeneres you will find in Chile. And this wine has got just an incredible bouquet of dark plum and dark cherry fruit. A little bit of that green, peppery kind of nuance you get from Carmenere. Coffee, something I always get from Carmenere. And fresh plowed earth, dark spices. Lovely complexity on the nose here. And wow, man, on the palate, this wine is big and chewy. Layers of that dark berry, plum, cherry fruit. That coffee, the herbal nuance, that bell peppery note coming through. Even bigger on the second day. Wow. Most excellent juice. Once again, kudos to Montes for the Purple Angel. Once again, one of the greatest Carmeneres of the vintage. At 65 and a quarter, a relative value when you look at the world's iconic wines. All right, that's what I had to drink with our friends from TGIC. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.